Hey, it's been a while. Oh, it's been a while. I just gotta make sure that everything is working properly. Guys, I've been off for a little bit. But we are back. Please let me know. Please let me know if you experience any issues. If there's some things are not clicking properly, some things are not working properly. It's been a very long time that I've been gone. It's been a very long time. Sanbonani. Hey. Okay, please let me know in the comments if there's an issue with anything with sound, with whatever it is. Just please let me know if you're experiencing any problems. But we are back. We're back. I know it's been a while. It has been a very long while. Mara assess Buile just in time to watch Banyana taking on Tanzania in the 2026 WAFCON tournament. Imagine yazi ukuthi ngizithandela kanjani Banyana yami. Ngizithandela kanjani, but we're back. The sound effects are back. Yeah. Hey! Stunya. So guys, welcome everybody to the Overthinking Football Show. My name is Mokwena. I am your host, and this of course is a place where we absolutely love South African football, African football, and we live to try bring that closer to everybody else. Now, the league is not yet on, but that doesn't mean that the football stops. Yeah, the World Cup is finished. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to watch Banyana come in and again. Take over this AFCON tournament. Winners in 2022 now taking on Tanzania, a team that has not made it out of the group stages of this tournament. Now, with Banyana, of course, they're ranked number 2 in Africa and number 57 in the world, while Tanzania are ranked 18th in Africa and then, of course, 122nd in the world. Now, Tanzania in the last 5 games have 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses. The last game being a 0-0 draw versus Malawi, and before that they beat Malawi 1-0. Then, of course, Banyana have 3 wins and 2 losses. 1-0 win versus Japan on the 9th of June. And then, of course, on the 6th of June, they had lost 5-0 to Japan. Starting lineups are in. And, of course, we have Idrissa in goal, Masege, Mwakamba, Singano, Katunzi, Lunyamila, Mnuga, Msewa, Minja, Tukumbuke, and Rashid as the starting lineup there for Tanzania. Then, of course, for Banyana, you have Dlamini in goal, Ramalipe, Mbane, Kamete, Dlamini, Jane, Cesane, Mutile, Salgado, Mahaya, Mutlalo, and Khatana as the starting lineup there for Banyana. Says Buile, guys. Hey, begin kumbulile, guys.
Guys, we like begin kumbulile. Like I wanna say rock. Cause being heard, but I'm back.
Being heard, guys, but now I'm back. What is happening? Is this a yellow card already? What's going on, ref? Suganje. Yeah, guys, so I spent 6 weeks in Italy covering the World Cup, I was covering the World Cup. Como estás? Muy bien. All of the words. Guys, of course, also, there is the PSL Awards. Also, they're going to be kicking off now, 7 o'clock. So we're going to be watching those as well. And then we're going to go from there. What time is the game starting? The game... Maravelile. Sisakhuluma ngawari. Sakhuluma rabua. The Spanish did not finish my other bundles. Don't worry. How are you doing, Masi? Nazo. And we've kicked off now, guys. If only you knew. None of the stuff was working. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Banyana. We've got Dlamini in goal, of course. Then we've got Ramalipe, Mbane, Kamete, and Dlamini, which, of course, is a starting lineup that we've seen before there at the back. The 4 at the back are people that we trust, even though Kamete sometimes nokba shaky. I am trusting on Ramalepe quite a bit, especially because right in front of her is going to be Ukesan. You know, I like Unox, but sometimes Unok shaker on the right hand side, and she gives away the ball quite a bit, but she is somebody who runs quite a bit. Now I want to see what's going to happen in the middle. Oh, no signal. Njani. As umuntu leaves for a little bit and then all of a sudden you come back and is into azisebenzi. 7 o'clock, guys, the kickoff, as the game has kicked off. It is live right now. So that's going to be interesting to see how that back line functions. And then, of course, the big question I have is the midfield. We've seen Ulinda slowly being moved away from that 10 position, taking up more of a role next to Orifile Jane. Oh, I also thought King. Yeah, what's going on, Sinje, with the connection? I don't get it. Anyway, 1 minute in, we are back. So I want to see how they're going to run that 10. As you can see already, Linda is dropping into the 10. And I think it's because Urifila doesn't necessarily have the legs that she, previously used to have. But she is still a very productive player, which means that Ulinda is going to be dropping back quite a bit to play that 6, while Urifile becomes an 8. That is, of course, somewhere that we've seen her play. I mean, I saw them at the Pirates Cup, PTS Galaxy, where she scored from a very advanced space. So hopefully we'll see what's going to happen. DSTV is not make sure. Okay, I thought it was me. Guys, marana babantu bangenza gabi. But we're 2 minutes in. Banyana, of course, a little bit in the control there. And then, of course, up top, we do have Breadwinner with Utembi, which is people that I trust. The person that I want to see since Linda has vacated that number 10 position is going to be Mudele Salgado. Mudele Salgado, of course, getting married. Salgado, Bashatile, guys. Bashatile, just by the way. So I want to see how that's going to play with her in the 10, because we've seen a couple of people try it there and it just hasn't hit the same. But of course, when you've got Tembi on the pitch, most of it is just going to be looking for that long ball in behind and letting Tembi chase at the defense and take them on 1v1. Tembi, Pele, Stasetu. We know this. There goes Ramalepe. It's on channel 205, and then on the SABC side, I'm not sure. I think it's on SABC 3. Let me see. SABC 3. And then on 205 on Supersport. That is where you can watch this game. Namanje, Meleng setup, Sponama awards nakon. Yes, the Budele wives are in the squad. Tins, Amu, welcome. Guys, what do you think the score's going to be? What the scores are going to be, guys. Tell me what you think the score is going to be. How is this game going to play out for you? And what do you think is going to happen here? I'm expecting a win for Banyana, to be honest with you, but you never know, because the last time we saw it 1-1. No, I can't show you the game, PUBG. There's something called copyright. So, these rights cost hundreds of millions and billions and all of that stuff. And unfortunately, I cannot the billion, guys. If Neknali the billion, you wouldn't see me here. So unfortunately, can't show you the game. This is a watch along, not a watch. If you do want to watch, DSTV channel 205, and then of course on SABC Sports. So you can watch it on the SABC Plus app, on the sabcsport.com website. You can watch it on SABC3 itself. Then you can watch it on DSTV channel 205 or on DSTV stream. On DSTV stream. Aita PK. 3-0 says Bongs, 2-0 says Borosh. No, it's not in SA. It's in Morocco. The tournament is hosted in Morocco. I was meant to go. I have accreditation, but the coins, man. The coins didn't come together the way the coins need to come together. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to miss out on this tournament. Yazi can only bet like the national team and like. Abantu makumele baye Mexico baya. Yes. Abanye baye Morocco baya. Tina sibizwa le. Ribizwa mafatsi ngamang. Habibi. 2-1 to Bafana says, to Banyana says Amu. Ngwako says 2-0. No. That check was never going to be used for. Batho ba tsamaya free. Batho ba tsamaya free. That check is for Molimo. You guys all know my son. That check is for Molimo. No, PK ish. The visa di fedile man. Bugisa says 3-1. Okay, so this is what I want to see. What's interesting is that obviously Tembi, Linda, Refilwe, Hilda are remnants of that team from the 2022 winning team, the AFCON WAFCON winning team, and that's really our golden generation, right? Coach Des hasn't really moved away from those players, and why do you need to move away when they've been actually getting the results for her on a consistent basis? So I understand her over-reliance on them, but you have people on the bench like Bo Ludwig. We've been wanting to see Abo Amu taking up bigger roles in the team, but I guess if you can't, if you can't get past these people, there's no need for you to change. And Coach Des is pretty much stuck with the same team throughout these tournaments. Here comes Umudele Salgado. Guys, Ningchele, if you make rasa, I had to make changes quickly. I thought you'd be speaking with the, no. Hey. I almost quoted you guys. Benvenido de la cooperativa. Yeah, that's it. Ting as loom. I only was gone for 6 weeks. Ludwig is one player I want to see more of, says Bongs. And then, of course, Gupi. You can watch it on SABC Plus. Download the app or sabcsports.com, guys. It might be on the Facebook page as well. Okay, here we go. Tanzania on the counter. Yeah, yabo ngisaba masekso. Abo kamete banokcheka sometimes. The nice thing about African competition is that, you know, when you play the Europes and the world, a lot of the time they beat you height. But in the African game, outside of maybe your Nigerias and those type of countries, you're not going to get a lot of physical, height problems. Banyana struggles with height. The moment you can cross the ball and you have a target inside, they tend to be a little bit open when it comes to that. Will we make it to Brazil? I'm expecting it. 16 teams, semi-finalists make it. Banyana second in Africa. They have to. All you have to do is make the semi-finals. The last 4 teams go through. And who really is there? Morocco, all the normal ones, Morocco, Nigeria, us, Libomang. Here comes a shot there by Utkasane that goes over. Paula about Pedersen. Angmazu Pedersen. Mina ngithi ngitshela ukuthi Orlando, you guys are going to be doing the kung kung. Khalifang was telling me the kung kung. Who abomalume khutso lapha naborono nabomaronza ku center line. So hopefully he scores so you guys can do the Norwegian celebration. But otherwise angmazi. I don't know where to put him. Sizobona Pambili, he comes from the 2nd division of Norway. So angazi guys, angazi. Hape, you know, Pirates is so intent on making sure that the only white players they bring in are internationals. Hey, and bafuna bo Johan nabo Paul. And bafuna bo Johan nabo Gert. Landabo Tiong, who come from New Zealand, and then you go and fetch Pedersen, who comes from Norway. And bafuni man. But it's going to be interesting to see, because what's interesting about Pedersen, obviously being from Norway, those Scandinavian countries is where you guys found a good coach of yours, Jose. We're still breaking Kahamba Tembi. No, Maramalume Kuso, you know, Banyana is Hamba Tembi. Like I'm watching Mudele Salgado and I'm watching Kasani. Balitachaman, Humnati. And in my head I'm thinking, can you please just play the ball up to Tembi so that she can Khashaza, as Khalifang says, khashaza. She can take people on in khashaza. Because that's the only way. And the sad thing is that Tanzania, obviously, being the smaller team in this game, they're going to sit back. Usually with Banyana Banyana, at times they'll wait for you to get overconfident. They'll wait for you to push people forward, and then you'll see the fastest counter where Hilda and Tembi are taking teams apart by 2. But this build-up, this new build-up, you know, I'm watching Kasane, Mudele Salgado, Ramalepe, Manbal Tacha, La Paga right. They're holding it up, but the ones up top, no, every now and then, Nigenu Motin. Was fun here then? One of you guys is. Hola, hola. ¿Cómo estás, man? Muy bien, man. Muy bien. Compliments. They're actually pushing up. They can collect 5-0. Yeah, but I want to see. If Tanzania is going to get confident, because here comes. Hi! I just came back. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say that other word. Mara.
There's a lot going on here.
But Oti, have we not become predictable to other national women's teams? I think you can say predictable, right? But I guess what many teams are realizing is that you don't have to play Banyana. Especially if you're not like the Nigerias, the Moroccos, you don't play Banyana head up. You bide your time, you wait for your moment, you allow Ramalepe to push up, and then you catch them on a counter. Like it'll be a random counter. I think Tanzania here will be looking for a draw. If they can get a 0-0 draw, they'll be happy. So we're only really going to see teams pushing at them maybe after the group stages finish. But for the most part, like I'm saying, it's Hamba Tembi, but if you sit back and you relax a bit, you'll see. Mara, as Madume Kutsu was pointing out there, 4 players are pushed into Banyana's front spaces. So it's going to be interesting to see how it pans out. Right there, you see how Tanzania is staying very close to their goalkeeper. Even when the ball is played over, Tembi doesn't have the space to get there. So it's going to be about merging the types of football that we've seen. Right, like I've said before, Sundowns was a very big influence sometimes on that back line. Let's see if Abojane and those they can put it together, especially again because Ulinda is playing 6, not 10. Nazo over Nazo oh. See, wait, Ramalepe is gone. Play the ball in. Oh my gosh, no Kamete. Is that Kamete? No, Kamete was on the other side. Get juice. Juice na guy. It's gonna be tough. Another time by Paris of Baby Hala. Nice. Kasana is making sure coach these days with the tried and tested. For sure. But she's actually, Maluma, because I think she's actually, I don't want to say lucky, but she happens to be part of the tried and tested. Like, you know, those players that you bring along, and then if you're ever going to change, you've just brought them along for so long that you play them. So I think Kasane, ever since Jermaine retired from international football, she's sort of been the default choice for Coach Des. There on the wing. Pella, that wing, that right-hand side was Jermaine's. The gap is getting closer. I miss our awards we used to host back then. Ish, guys, I wasn't here. I was gonna do them. Marauti, she hasn't improved. Man, my Igbo friend says WAFCON starts Wednesday. Everything before that is preliminary rounds. And WAFCON is a quick tournament. It's 16 teams. Oh, Tsasan. Yeah, she's not my fave. I'm not going to lie to you. She's not my favorite. She's the type of player that I always say she's busy. Like if you watch her for a couple of minutes, you'll see that she runs. She does all the stuff. She spaces. She does, everything. Mara, when you look at the effectiveness of the movement and the play, that's where the problem comes. Another person who is disappointing me anyani at times is hey wena, hey, naba bantu bafuna ukukora on goal.
Guys, lang disappoint and
What? Ooh, that defense. Aye, that defense. Juice. Not you, Juice. Not you. Of anybody, huh? It's a team, man. I like how you make sure you read the comments. Yeah, man, this is a nice place to be if you're new. The live show is going to be back, but remember the live show is moved to 4 o'clock. So 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, we'll be here discussing. You'll be able to jump in halftime. And I'm looking for 20,000 likes, number one. I almost forgot, number one. But then in the second half, if we get to 20,000 likes, I'll keep it open in the second half. And you'll be able to jump in and I'll give you a minute or two to just tell me what you're thinking about the game. And may ask a question or two. Halftime, I'm going to need 5 people. We're going to discuss and dissect what we saw in this game. You guys are going to be my analysts. Look at where... Hey, Marurama. You see, Uri, it's tough there at the back, Rama. Why are you pushing all the way up? Stay in the 4. I know that's where she usually goes. Maraunzima. Yeah. I was going to say, Hilda for me, at some one point, was the best finisher, pound for pound, bar for bar, in South African football. Hilda Machai, for me. Right? But hey, she's been off it, man. Old Hilda, that chance. I don't know what happened to Predwina, man. Of course, Predwina scoring, what was it, 2 goals in the run-up to winning the 2022 AFCON? Did she score 2 in the final as well? I can't remember. What a mistake. Hey. Rama, Clara, that's what I was saying. I don't know what that right-hand side with Rama and Nokolo and Mudele. Yes, they're touching the ball nicely, but you don't want to leave 3 at the back. Look at where Hilda's having to pick up. I'm not Hilda, Linda. No, we're starting it. Bongs, we're starting it. I'm looking for 20. Another goalkeeper, jersey number 16, attacking defenders. Vincent says, guys and OT, what's the point? At what point do we ask our coach to improve our tactics and the players? When she stops winning. But to be honest, I think there's been a lot of chances where players could have been brought in and generations of players have passed on. But again, if these ones keep winning, these ones keep winning. The tough thing about women's football is that it's, especially in Africa, it's still small. So, like for example, these are 16 teams in a WAFCON. For example, Banyana is always should always come out of these stages very easily, right? So, hey, we'll see. They never have the quality to get over the hump, the other teams. It's not the first time we've seen the defense have problems. She scored in the final, yeah. Maybe Donnelly will be the one to come from the bench and score. But even with Donnelly, in what capacity are you going to use Donnelly? Because up to this point, I'm not quite sure what Banyana's attack, what they're trying to do. I could understand it previously. Like I said, you see, Mara Juice, Kalan Kulme, ni Juice no Kamete. Evana. Why is Juice trying to be a hero? Oh, that centre back pairing. You see, Knox is being used a lot because Hilda doesn't move as much as she used to. But my worry here is that Tembi has not come into this game. That's my worry. And we know Tembi ki Kerwan. Go. No funny stuff. Go. Play the ball, log and play. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Then why I'm being scared? We might not make the semis playing like this. I think playing like this, we're good enough to get through. The issue is the later rounds. That's the thing. Then randomly Equatorial Guinea fell off and Cameroon isn't the same. Back in the day, the Big Four was Nigeria, South Africa, Equatorial Guinea, and Cameroon. Yeah, from what I've seen of Donnelly, they improved. Algeria, yeah, I saw. Yeah, I saw. Nechi, welcome back. So I don't know, but I still think we're good enough to get past the group stages at the very least and have a fighting chance when we get out of it. Mara, the problem is if Abu Algeria have come up, then it becomes a bit of an issue. No hydration break, says Usinje. Sinje, this is football, not soccer. In soccer, you have quarters. It's the first quarter, it's the second quarter. We're back to playing football. But it is good to note that it is summer that side. So yeah, okay, who would you say? I'm still sticking with Morocco being a strongish team. I don't know if Bo Tagnauti are still there. There was that team, man, that came from the ASFAR team that played the Champions League. I don't know if she's still there because she had gone to Sevilla, I think. She was So I'm not sure where the current Morocco team is strength-wise. Nigeria is always a problem. Yeah. And let's be honest, there has been a little bit of a drop because I think, was it neither of UWC or Sundowns qualified last year for the Champions League? Neither of them qualified to play in the Champions League. So you got to be careful if you're Coach Des and if you have a golden generation. If you don't start blooding in people, the next generation, it's going to be tough. Ghana have improved as well. We even knew every ad during the hydration breaks. Talia Smith is a WAFCON winner, Mos. Why isn't she in the squad? There's beef. Yes, it's on right now. 23 minutes in, it is 0-0. Guys, go pali Tata scream. Half time, I'm going to let 5 people come in and speak. And then, second half, if we can reach the 20,000 mark, I will leave it open for everybody to jump in via the multi-guest feature and tell me what you guys are thinking about the game or what it is you want to speak about when it comes to this game. Yo, way. Uchus no kamete. Like they don't talk. They don't talk. I'm shocked right now. They don't talk. And they often run into each other's lanes. It's almost like, and now I'm blaming Juice here, it's almost like she doesn't trust Ukamete, so she always needs to run into her space. And then you have to recover. The only reason why she had to make that tackle like that was because when the ball was coming in, she crossed towards the other player, then had to come back when the ball was played back. Hola, hermano. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa, Ongaletu? Boloti. Taki, jacket. Tiger. Yo. I think too. So that conversation you guys are having. Akirikene. 24 minutes in. Banyana has been in control, but Banyana has not created any chances or shown any threat. That's the scary part about this game. And games like this are games where one mistake you get punished. And now we're seeing that Banyana are really confident in leaving 2 at the back with both of our left and right backs going. And I'm scared it's just one counter attack because they haven't been shown already. They almost scored an on goal. The communication is not on. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. This commentator is the Pits. Which one are you watching it on? Banyana needs to be more lethal in the final third, but don't forget to check out Dr. Really? I'll check it out. Hey, I've actually got an interview with Coach Benny McCarthy. I shot it in Spain. I'm going to be releasing it next week. I spoke to Coach Benny a little bit. Yeah, so interesting. It's not a biography. It's more about coaching than anything else. But it's a very interesting convo because he also speaks about his coaching influences and when he got to coaching, and it'll be funny. You guys, you'll be shocked by what he says. It's to do with the local team. I'm trying to put on the awards on my phone and my dstv stream is not screaming. I phone screamer. Here comes Banyana, long ball in, almost there, yeah. Almost Lamud, the goalkeeper. Stereophonic, why would I ask that? Mara, lerata drama, nkinga alone. Lerata drama. Tuhelang drama, guys. Naki ba tlo go ba dramatic. Go ba tlo go ba dramatic as a long shot there. Or a long cross by Dlamini. Turn shot hits the crossbar, actually. It hits the crossbar, so it is a goal kick. I don't want peace, I want problems. Yeah, goalkeeper met the post there. Let me see if I can get the awards on so we can also make sure that we're tracking what's happening in the PSL. But the awards are straightforward, though. I think the awards are straightforward. There's no need to make things. Now this season, I'm not going to be part of the drama. So my sister coach, Coach, how win trophy this weekend, Coach, how? Yeah, bongs. Coach, how win the trophy? Oh, why is it not letting me? Let me check. Let me check the phone with my Spanish number. If you ever see me calling you +34, just know. Kazal. Sorry guys, just getting the awards up as well. I don't know why these things are happening at the same time. Mara, it's okay. Clearing. Which bandana? Now they're asking when are the Toyota Cup Awards? Is there a prospect of Mara, why we want to say out loud, stereophonic? Mara, why see we have a group where you can ask me these questions. There might be a prospect of something. That's all I'll say, but I can't say too much. Inox, why going back? Can we play Refilo a single pivot and move Linda up, please? Umudele and Umnandi, you can see, but then there's no forward progression. Like I need somebody to do something. Can someone explain why the awards did not take place in the morning? Actually, they're making it a show. It has to be a show. Guys, I'm actually so sad. Like, look at how empty that stadium is. Guys, if you know anybody that can help, the Moroccan visa is not hard to get, but guys. Natis gets hambe. No. Hey, somebody said it, not me. It was not me. Please don't get me into trouble. I don't know, man. I don't like this 8, Jane being 8. I really don't like it. And especially, I think it would have been better then if you had like a Ubian to play like the holding 6 and then have a double 10 maybe with Refilwe and Thingy and Linda. Because I don't see what's happening here. Or maybe it's time for young blood to come in and play football. Because the last time I watched Banyana, and I'm forgetting the game that I did the review for, I'll look it up just now. It was almost like a battle of old Banyana versus new Banyana. And the first half they started with new Banyana. It looked fluid, they were playing great, they were combining. It looked good. But then old Banyana came in and said, guys, we're here for a reason, and they scored a couple of goals. So I think Coach Des, whether she likes it or not, she's being forced into a situation where it's either you adapt or it's either you change completely into a ball playing side, a la Coach Jerry's Mamelodi Sundowns, Coach Sapula's Mamelodi Sundowns, that type of play, or you play fully the way that Banyana played previously. You can't do both of them. And I feel like Coach Des is just stuck in that place. Now, we've spoken about her before to say that maybe is it time to have other people and other influencers come into Coach Des's team. And Nalapo, we've seen Coach Shorty pass through there. We've seen now, obviously, Coach Tina with UWC. We've seen a lot of them pass through there. I would have thought Coach Maud and those people would have been included a bit more. But is it time to get different coaching people behind Coach Des too? Because I really think it's a choice thing. Like, play Tembi's football if Tembi's on the pitch. And Tembi's football is Hamba Tembi. Trap the ball, play it long. She wins and takes on players herself. She scores the goals, she goes home. I understand it right now. Banyana need a new coach that will improve the squad. Coach Des. But who, guys? Remember, hey, I think the whole thing about Coach Des being there is that she's, sorry to say it, but she's a low maintenance coach. Where else can you find the success that you found with all of the problems and the salary issues and all of that stuff? And still, yes. Come on, guys. Come on. How? I'm seeing Linda. I don't see Linda complain like that usually. Was that another shot? What is going on? So that's why I'm saying that part of why she's there is, listen, because we're going to give you nothing and you're going to win a WAFCON. Basically. You just keep the golden generation pushing and chugging along and we won't worry about that. Oh, Marahilda! What's happening to Hilda? That's my favorite player, Kubafa Banyana. Hey, Jasper! Clara says they can't afford anyone else. No, for sure, House Clara, for sure. But I don't think it's an afford situation. Honestly speaking, I don't think it's an afford situation. Safa made a lot of money from Banyana and the awards and stuff, not to mention the new sponsors that jumped on. So I don't think it's a money thing. I just think it's if you rock the boat, you have to deal with the consequences of rocking the boat. So if you get rid of Coach Des, it forces Safa to actually take it seriously. Like, okay, now we have to go look for a coach that's capable enough to go coach this. We have to think about where do we go after this? We have to think about the styles of plays. We have to do all of this stuff. Whereas with Coach Des, you can pretty much do nothing right now. And it's going to catch up at some point, for sure, 100%. As the ball comes in there by Ramalepe, I don't know why we're crossing, but okay, I guess it's putting the keeper under pressure. At least then shoot directly at her. Don't cross it. Shoot at her. No, it's not genuine. It's not genuine. I mean, part of Coach Dez's hold-up was literally because she said no to that contract. And you know, if you get rid of Coach Dez, I don't know if Coach Tina leaves UWC. Or Coach Dunga at UJ. I don't know if they want to deal with the politics and the drama there. That's the only thing. Anyway, 36 minutes in. It hasn't been convincing, eh? I'm scared about that centre-back pairing. Like, I'm so scared about that centre-back pairing. But I'm glad that they finally moved Refilwe into just the 6 and pushed Linda forward. But then you have to use her. Yeah, banna. Oh, Nkosi yami. Oh, Nkosi yami.
Kasongo ye Mombari nanga Kasongo mbona wewe
Sekake. Are in big trouble. Nothing is coming right. And nothing will ever come right.
Yo.
Now Miss Tat Lash.
Yo.
Jikele izinto manje. Bathi thatha semnyango, ilimeke emsamo. Thatha semsamo, iliphose emnyango. Kethe mina manje.
Yo. Yo, hey.
Bafethu. Ai, correto. Ai, rayibona.
Yo.
Where you fucking hook? Where you fucking hook? Hugo Baba.
I told you about the defense. I said, I don't know what it is about Tukamete, no choose. I don't understand what is happening. Why are you leaving them as a 2? I don't understand. Nabo, they're crossing each other. They're doing all these funny things. Ukamete, do you see how she had to jump there? She had to jump into the tackle. Why? I don't know. Yo, ho, ho.
Ngiyabona uRaf. Inkomo idlichapisi. Inkomo uRaf, inkomo idlichapisi. Inkomo idlichapisi uRaf. Noma ngathi inkomo idlibhabha ugam ke. Hey uRaf bafethu unzima.
Instead of Mudele turning in the midfield, you see, I was telling you about that thing. It's sexy. It's nice. Umnandi nishaya touch. But did you see the pass right before that? Ukasane naye, she touched it, then they allowed her to turn around and play the ball. Ubudele, instead of turning and going, tries to play a one-touch back. Nkosi yami. Can be unretire, guys. Oh, yo. Hi, Vincent, ngathi we're coming home. No. Perfect. This isn't Banyana, I know. No. Sinje, I called for 1-6 to cover the defense. I did not call for someone to give the ball away in J. Sinje, don't do that to me. I also called for one of the right or left back to stay back. Agish, what was I saying about Ramalepe? Oh, Nkosi yami. They underestimated Tanzania. No, it just takes one. It just takes one. One counter. Ngishilo. Ngathi it's going to be one of those irritating games if you don't score, where it's going to be one counter attack. Oh, Nkosi yami. Yo. Eesh. Okay, here are my issues right now. Here are my issues. There's no need for Rama and Dlamini to push up, number one. You can't leave these two as a two. Whatever Juice and Kamete are talking about, whatever they are seeing, it's not working. You can't leave them as a two. Next issue, you push up, right? Linda and Refilwe, who's fooling a who? Who's doing what there? Ne? Because if you watch it, a lot of the game has been taken by Ramali Petkasane and Mujale Salgado. Those have been the three that have been playing the ball on the right-hand side. So you really haven't seen Linda, you haven't seen Tembi, you haven't seen Hilda. Hilda missed 2 chances here. There's 2 chances that she normally scores and should have scored. So I'm not going to let her go off just like that, right? But it does look like there's an injury here. But anyway, I'm not going to let her off just like that, right? Then up top, guys, if Tembi is a speedster and you don't let her speed, what is she going to do? Which again goes back to my theory that maybe there's 2 Banyana happening here. Maybe there's a ball-playing Banyana where you can have the target man in Donnelly and try play it that way. Or you have Hamba Tembi, Isolveng Limhilda Kwakopil, Lily 2. But now that you have both of them together, it's an issue, this thing. It's an issue. So there's a lot of problems here. Honestly speaking, there's a lot of problems. And I'm trying to look now to see who else is on the team. I just want to see defensively, because this is not working, guys. Ooh, Lona Liena doesn't work well. Oh, Lona played that game when Juice wasn't there and they looked equally as bad. Oh, yo. Clara, who can come in here? Because I can save him, man. Can forget about Brazil. I see a player crying as I was about to say. Marasich, you're the worst. Banyana's regressing, says Ongaletu. What do we have against playing counter-attacks or using our pace? I don't know. They're holding the ball. Look. We're looking for Rama. I don't know. Oh. Okay, I guess they're going to try to play faster, but faster's not going to help here. We're going to find out how much time is going to be added on just now. We are in the 44th minute, but it's looking like we're going to go into halftime. Cross for who? Why are we Yo. Oh, Nkosi yami. It's giving Belgium. Yeah, no. Oh, Nkosi yami. Now they're all piling forward and Fifi has to find a pass from somewhere. Support her, she doesn't support her. Give it away, they give it away. Here they come again. They give it away. Fifi mtlogele, kena como spacing. Oh, Magui defense. Oh my word. Do they know what you were betting? Pampela Poland. I'd say we either go with one of the Sundowns defenders because the next best is you. Is from you. Yes, it's Figile. Mara Figile, she didn't look very strong. Kana, what was the original backline at Sundowns, Oscar? That original background we had, backline, sorry, we had. No, she's right there. Knox. Hey, Knox, Kabu Fancy. Knox, Kabu Fancy. Whatever happened to like Nicole Michael? Oh, Tembi. Damn it. Whatever happened to both Nicole Michael, actually? Some of the Banyana going to challenges when they know they are small. Malume Kutso, but I Malume Kutso. Yo, hey. I've never seen Banyana like this. Well, let me not lie. But I've never seen Banyana like this. Oh my word. And the sad part is that I'm looking at the lineup, ne? Yeah. Yes.
Guys, we like I want to say rock. Cause being hurt, but I'm back.
Phew. I didn't get my mother Juice back. Oh, Juice makes up for that horrendous defending they were doing. Juice makes it 1-1. Okay. Still, wow. But okay. Keeper makes a mistake there. Can't gather. Ball falls to Juice, who puts it into the back of the net. Okay. Yo. It's a hard watch, Khalifang, because they're not playing a football. 5 minutes added on, we're 3 minutes into extra time. It's a hard watch because they're not playing a football. Like I said, they're stuck in between two. So, like a lot is happening here. Malume Kutso, Tanzania is not good. We should be 3-1 right now. We should be 3-1. We shouldn't have even conceded that one. TS Galaxy is a lethal striker, but Ellis has favorites. Logunjani. Kemang Logunjani. Tanzania is playing low block. Reminds me of the Orbit goalkeeper. No, I can't play it, guys. I don't have the rights. Hey. Qesa, I don't want to say too much about Qesa because it's somebody that I speak about a lot, and I don't want to be that guy. Califang, myself and agent are talking about how the normal football lingo cannot be used there. No, feel free. It's also to be honest. I think as long as you do with football, not right. Shevanje. Oh my word. You are forcing Tembi to fight defenders. Oh my word. Hi guys. Sheba striker sa Tanzania. Sheba choose. I mean Ramalepe. What are we want? No, you can say it, but you also have to back it up. Like this has been one of the toughest watches in terms of Banyana, and we watch Banyana here all the time. This is usually not what they do. Guys, feel free to request. It is halftime. I'm going to change the graphics up right now, but It's tough. We're still, Duncan, we're still going to beat them. Marayar. Come on.
Ditsambra kaungutwa.
Oh, ¿qué pasa, Kumo? ¿Qué pasa, wey?
Awona ke maketse khando wireless taraga bya no re me ba re fila sha gwanda. Hape ba relax to bitsi. A ke tlhaloganye. Hape Tanzania a se team e ka retsang bjana. Ona ke hape o ka lebella my bra 2022 ne re win ila re tshwere di galaxy of stars ka mo go re thomileng a ke tlhaloganye with my bra. Ka mo ba tlhala tumtu ba re mang bok thembi I head it. Ile mokhutswane bjana. A o khona le gore is to formation la ke tšwa ke tlhaloganye la ya ntshile ka like to be honest ne. Ara ka mo hape na ba my bra na re ba di ADHD so at times ke bora ke game ye ke lebeletse phone. O tlhaloganye a nkirele selo khande ene OT on a serious note ne re na le very skillful players re palla bjanye go dlala through the middle e be se piece ya bo goktembi
Mara ke le ra idlala ning.
awa my bra like ba gala ka rena o tsere gala ka re gala le Spain a ka tlhalwa go re iragalanye mona we should be showing off re statement re nyake mo di 10 what ba re tsebo re ya apo Tanzania ona batho mo re ka moneteng ke maketso ba re go rile bjang
Yeah.
and what Tanzania irile ntwena ba re in their research ba makile thembi because of that ke re vela be tlo tum thembi so ba itse re mo maka a re thongwe re etsanya ape mo le ape my bro
Ke tla go gutla Sinje, showstopper.
Ow! Mr. OT.
How are you, my brother?
Listen, man, I'm alright. It's good to see you. Back, are you back in South Africa? Are you broadcasting from overseas?
Broadcasting from Centurion.
All right. Oh, okay. Now we are leveling up. Yeah, you level up once, level up 2 times. Eh? You're Goku.
Centurion has always been Centurion, Marawa. That's Sinje.
Listen, man. I think we are a little bit unfair. I think we are a little bit unfair.
Okay.
There is a tactic, and I think if we even look at the goal opportunities that we had in this first half, has always been the second ball. Maybe this could have been something the weakness the coach had picked up from the Tanzanian team in terms of the slopiness of the goalkeeper. Cross it, she will return it back to you and bury it. And I think we had buried those chances. We'll be talking about a different game. Second goal, same thing. Cross, built it, header inside. All the chances has been that way. Maybe this is something that the coach has picked up in this team, that this is their weakness. So there's no point in terms of getting your ball carriers to be in the front foot as we normally would get, because we realize maybe they have planned for that. But we can see there are pockets behind the defenders that can be exploited in terms of maybe Otesa and the quality of the crosses are not as crisp as they should be. But you can see when those crosses come in, there's a threat that South Africa poses in that D-line. So I think we're a little bit unfair in terms of wanting our way of playing when we can see what the coach is trying to do is actually working. It's just that we are not as sharp as we are supposed to be.
Sinja, that defense though, even if you've got the plan, surely you start seeing some of the holes.
Yeah, but if has this defense been tested though, time and again? We saw just a little bit glimpse of it. Maybe that's the best way, as they say, the best way to defend is to attack.
Okay, I'm gonna come back. Let me bring in Agent. Agent, welcome.
It's not supposed to be the other way around. Welcome.
Hi, welcome. Killing join.
It feels nice to be home, ne? Hey, when I was so get kind there, you must never leave us like this. Interesting game, OT. Let me start by Kasani. I love Hashem. I would think also we should be very careful with the words, but I love him.
Man.
I very much love him. And he's a skillful player, you know. And I think around 25th minute, before that, he was very effective.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to be fighting Wesh here. He was very effective, right? He was overlapping and yeah. And then 25th minute, if you check around that time, Coach Des calls him. I think we were attacking. Coach Des talks to him. I don't know what they talked about, but the plan they came up with then, ever since then, is been swallowed by the game. I've never seen her again, you know. She still is a skillful player, and again, sometimes again, I do understand Wesh's frustration where he's saying maybe he's too play for the times, you know. He still thinks this is, you know, you're still playing with your age mates here in Hollywood Bears. But anyways, that's not the point. But let me go to Tanzania, because I know people will be talking about Banyana. I think sometimes we have to be fair to some of these teams, because I think they are growing a lot and they've been exporting quite a number of their players. Because I think they're saying this team has only 1 point and off on, and that point they came against Bafana. Banyana. So I don't know if we should read much into it, but you look at it, I think they have like 4 players which are playing abroad in the Mexican league and in Spain. You know, I think there's one from Turkey also. So you can see that it's not the Tanzania that we have met maybe 3 years back or so, or whatever. So it is growing, and also the JKT Queens have been doing well in Champions League also. So I think we shouldn't treat them as lightweight as I hear people wanting them to treat them as, you know. So I think they've been really good. I think also the keeper is someone that I like also. Just that he lacks some few things, but he has a lot of the basics right, you know. I think he just needs to know when to punch the ball and when to hold on the ball. Because I do believe he knows the timing, at least most of the time, to come out for the ball. He just makes the mistake of sometimes wanting to hold on to the ball instead of punching it. But generally, in terms of saving, I think he's very good. And we have to up our game. I don't see us scoring more than 2 goals here. If you're going to play like this. But otherwise, like I'm saying, I'm being very impressed with this team, and the average squad age is 22 compared to 27. So it's a young squad which can be built for the future. So I'm very much impressed. And Wesh, I have a huge problem with the age.
Yeah, no, we are used to agent here.
That's
why we're not saying
not that way.
We don't say we know. We're used to it, I was going to say. Malabekuto.
Yeah, I'm being mamelodi agent during the week. She,
I know my brother.
I hope you're good. I hope you're good, OT.
Kimnati Malabekuto.
OT, there have been a couple of things that we could take advantage of. Now, necessarily, Kuluma Street, you're saying is busy by. Firstly, that 10 position. Yeah, the usual stuff, some of another fan. That 10 position, if we had someone who was lethal OT, we could have taken advantage. For example, how they scored Ipola, Ikolabo. So Karubega one completely. We could have used that chance, Temi attack, Siokor. Had it been someone else. So I'm thinking if coach, we don't need a second seed here. If Para push out number 10 to say, Hambo operate within the 10 space, small which is in. And then if you're insisting on crossing, play your crossing low, because this defense is actually facing the goalpost half the time. Bazo scorel. Especially Makwena, Bazo scorela. Tell me, I feel like in as much as you are the player, you haven't tested the keeper. And for the distance between the ball and the goalkeeper, I think it's close enough. Let's take shots outside of E18. Let's see which goalkeeper. In as much as agent is saying the keeper is good, I'm feel are you really a good keeper or were you on holiday? But defense abantu lawa ni Gauteng CDM Zabona, there's such a huge gap. And again, with precise passing OT, in as much as you are of the view that they're playing a low block, they're actually not. If a defense can push over the D line, I feel like you can play balls behind them. You can play the ball in between D line and the penalty spot for team to latch onto. I'm not saying the keeper won't try, but team has to be brave and get us that penalty. And then our 10 and 8, 10, 8 and attackers, because we can see Utufi is a turtle, guys, just make the fouls. Immediately after losing the ball, foul immediately. Ukuziqali play kungabi ukuthi uFifi has to turn agijime kube nzima na ubona ukuthi esangiyaphetha. Immediately when we lose the ball, just foul. Foul in a place where it doesn't look like we are stopping a promising attack, where the referee is going to say yellow card. Immediately you lose the ball, just foul. Give the tactics in here, the tactics of the game.
Arteto. Hey, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna open it up anyway in the second half. So please feel free to come back because there's a couple of things I want to speak about. But for time's sake, Kumo, score prediction.
3-1 Banyana.
3-1 Banyan. Where Lily? Okay. CJ.
2-1.
2-1 Banyana.
2-1 Banyana.
Okay, Marakare, that 2-1 is coming out a little bit tough, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Agent, score prediction.
If I go to score prediction, I love the little girl, you know. I just don't know. He got out, but I think Tanzania. Sorry, I forgot to mention this point also. Tanzania have to be very careful with the foul because I see a red card from them, and a straight red card for that matter.
Don't you miss Biana, Jermaine, the normal,
you know, the normal, you know. OT 2-1. 2-1.
Guys, the 2-1 sets are it's all man. Like they're not coming out freely. Malume Kutsa, score prediction?
I'm looking at OT over 100 trillion. OT 4-1 Banyana. Our goals are there. The chances have been there. So many of them. If you think of the crosses now, who keep our kick shield at the height that they were, first pole attack would have led to a goal. If we had Khadigimang, Lokelo, Bamtana Bonk, yeah, I think she would have lashed onto those balls. Sharp Witty.
Mara, wait, Malume Kutsa, can I ask you an unfair question since I have you? And I know you'll tell me the truth. It feels like there's two sides. Unale side la motlalo khatlana magaya. Then unale side Jani. Then unale mudali Tsesane Ramalipe. Do you feel like there is a bit of a split between this team?
Not necessarily, I do feel like there's that extra demand from the overseas-based players. That the decision that Ramalepe made, and they shouted at her. It was Khatlana no Lon, can I be man? No number 10. Yeah, to say you could have made a better decision. I think they're just advocating for better decision making, and the league that Lababa local that they play, I think it does not force them to make better decisions. So I wouldn't say it's two separate sides or anything, but I would say it's two different demands from all of them. The only place where I saw Lento someone needs to trust the partner. I'm a center back. But there's a clear distrust. But you can see which But it's normal, OT. If you've played with a player who's actually better than you, who knows that they're better than you and who you know that they're better than you, they tend to do these things where to sort of body language was to say, I went out tabangi, use your head. I'm sure you've experienced it. But OT, because sayishaya i-5 OT. Sayishaya i-5. Ayikho iklaphu esenjengale. Le klaphu le ingaskorela nama-own goal. If those crosses are a bit lower and closer to them and far away from the keeper, le klaphu ingoskorela ama-own goal.
Okay, no, Malumeko, so thank you so much. We're about to go into the second half. Second half's about to start now. Banyana taking on Tanzania. The score, of course, right now is 1-1 after a goal coming from Tanzania on a counter. And then, of course, Uchu's making up for maybe some of the shaky defending they've had this half by scoring there from a keeper's mistake. So we are seeing Heban. Are we making changes? What are we doing? No, we're not making changes. No changes made up to this point, but it is still 1-1. Look, for me, I've got a couple of issues here. And a couple of my issues are, at the back, I think the defense doesn't trust each other. Uchus is overplaying because it doesn't seem like no kamete bayazwana. 20 for 23. So we are seeing Mudele Salgado come off, and then Amukelang Tau is coming on for Murele Salgado. Magia, sorry. Magia. I'm sorry. Magia's coming on for Mudele. So I'm not quite sure how that change is going to affect this. But anyway, I'll say at the back, the two defenders don't trust each other. So Juice is overcompensating and they cross each other quite a bit. What was interesting is that one of the highlights showed on one of the counters that Tanzania had was Uchus was kind of walking, even though number 7 with Tanzania, Tukumbuke was literally on the other side. If she was timing a run, she could have got in. So I don't know if it's a little bit of overconfidence. Shot there! I don't know if it's a little bit of overconfidence or something like that, but those two don't trust each other at all. In the middle, Urifilwe, I understand why her and Thingy and Linda have been placed as a double 6. I think it's to make up for the lack of legs that Rufilwe has. Rufilwe is no longer as dynamic as she used to be. And even when you watch her in club football a lot of the time, she uses short bursts up top in order for her to play in that way. But couple that with the fact that the left and right back are consistently leaving, it stays with the 3, and then it's very tough for her to get back and defend position. When you bring Linda all the way back, I think you also limit Linda. We've seen this a couple of times now with Coach Des, where she's put Linda in Machia, where she's put Linda into that double 6 position, but it kind of takes her away from being able to influence the game up top. I think Linda is a great 10 in terms of finding Abu Tembi Khatlana Namo Makhaya. Then, of course, you have Kasane. Again, Kasane is not necessarily my fave. She's been somebody that I've spoken about that sometimes feels like she's not taking the game seriously, or she tries to be too cute at times and too sexy. Like she loves those type of things. It feels a little bit performative instead of being effective at times. And I think her and Mudele, and the reason maybe why Mudele is off is because I think they found themselves enjoying the game too much, man. Sipochen, goalkeeper of the season. I think that was a formality though. But Pasana, and they don't have that urgency when they play the ball until they get trapped in a corner and they play crosses, which is why I'm sitting here and I'm going, I don't really agree with the crossing thing, really. I just think sometimes they trap themselves and then the only way out is to cross the ball. We see it a lot in South African football, if we're being 100% honest. So there is that is at play here. When it comes to the top, I think Hilda's just a little bit off the game, because usually her and Tembi play almost like a front 2 type of thing. So Tembi might chase the ball through and be able to hold the ball enough for Hilda to come back into the game, or Tembi just goes by herself. But again, Tanzania, because we are building up so slow with the amount of touches we're playing before we get to the top, by the time we want to play the pass, Sebam Makili, Kamete, what was that? by the time we want to play the ball up, there's no space in behind. So you can't play that ball at that point. It's too late. She's closed. And Hilda Ingale is not really helping that much. That's why the game has been concentrated on the right-hand side. Oh, Siema defender of the season. Danko! Ngantshela nguSiema. Ngantshela nguSiema a long time ago. I did a video on Siema a long time ago where I said, watch out for Lebone Siema. He's going to be the guy who's going to have the most pressure. But anyway. So there's a lot of things that are not working, but I feel like it's a situation where they're stuck. Where they're stuck in having one of two sides. So you've got a ball playing Banyana Banyana, which is the newer, younger Banyana Banyana, where they like knock that ball around. They're comfortable with the ball. They play it out. They're really comfortable. And I'm talking younger, a little bit forward up. But then when the older ones play, it's about pace and opportunity. It's not about anything else, honestly. If you can get the ball up quickly, somebody will score, but it's fine. Agent.
I don't know why you're updating us about anyways. Let me come here forward.
I'm looking. No, it's here. It's in my eye line.
I don't want this update. We know them. But anyways, let me come back here. OT, do you think that maybe we're having this because we have one team which has majority of the stars, and they don't necessarily face a challenge the entire time of the season? I think there's 2-3 times where they're challenged. So does that create a bit of complacency on some of these players that when they do get some teams which are more or less at the level of Sundowns, if not a bit above, combined, we tend to have this what is the English mixed masala, if I can put it this way, where they're not at the level that we expect them to be. Is it because of what they're exposed to locally or what?
I think it's the same thing that we say about Bafana and like the main team. Your mistakes get punished here. I don't even think it's about getting played better. I think Tanzania, it's a one chance, one goal, right? It gets worse when we play against teams that are actually on the level or higher. But in terms of that, I think it's just about mistakes. Abu Jews can get away with some mistakes, to be honest with you. So I think it might be more of that, Agent.
I think so also. And also, are we stuck with the Ronaldo problem also here?
You have to make a choice. You have to make a choice. What I'm leaning towards is you have to make a choice. If you are going to play Ronaldo ball. If you're not going to play Ronaldo ball, don't play Ronaldo. I don't know if I'm answering your question.
I hear you, and that's why sometimes I wish maybe it would be better coming from the bench as an impact player, especially the stage where she is. But she's gonna prove us wrong because she's gonna score a goal. But yeah.
Ooh, but there's a couple of people because there's someone there on the pitch who had retired at some point and wasn't really playing.
Again, maybe this is the case again, and maybe I dare not say an African case in football. Maybe it's a bit old, right? That I'm putting it, but we have this issue of consistently. Someone used the word milking the golden generation until it can't give us anything. This car that we've built for such a long time is old now. It can't give us anything, but we want to keep milking it, and by the way, for you to get milk, if in a kettle, the kettle has to be pregnant. So I wonder how many pregnant kettles are there in the world. But anyways, besides the point, thank you.
No, Clara, I understand. I understand it was due to treatment and things like that, but I'm just saying that I think you have to think about when she comes back, is she at the same level or are you creating the system around her that can make her work? I think when I watched TS Galaxy a little bit during that Pirates Cup, I could see that, at least they're trying. I don't know how they do it on a day-to-day, but they're trying to do something to push her up a little bit, to give her less responsibility. I get that. Mara, in this team, unfortunately, I don't know if we have a CDM. I don't know if we have a CDM that is capable of coming inside and taking over from her, which is also a conversation I think we had some years ago where we spoke about, who's going to come in after. Ubiana was a little bit too physical at times. Yellow card, red card waiting to happen. I don't know how you replace her. Maybe that's where Coach Des is. But we are looking lively. Ball played in. Hilda. Hilda. Nkosiyami Hilda. Stereophonic, my brother. Pastor John.
Hey, my landlord, Deacon George, compliments of the new season.
Pastor John, what are you seeing here? Welcome back, Pastor John.
You know what? It's one of those games where my issue is that we're having all this possession, but it's as if we're not sure what to do with the ball because we're not clinical with our passes.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this game and how we're playing. If we're playing like this against Tanzania, I'm looking at the better teams and we might be punished. Like somehow my heart is even saying, hey, we must forget about Brazil. Because if we get there, I don't think we'll be prepared. I don't think we will be prepared. If we do get a win, Coach Des needs to really work something more, especially if, let's say, we move on to the next stage and we face a team like Algeria. How are we what's going on? I'm not even mentioning Morocco, I'm not even mentioning Nigeria, but if we face a team like Algeria, we'll be punished for these mistakes that we're seeing here. So we carry on supporting.
But then what do we do? How do we fix the problems here? Is it just a case of hard decisions? Nkosiyami.
You see, that's
Nkosiyami. Sorry, I was just saying.
I'm 15 seconds behind because I'm watching via beIN.
You'll see.
Karim Shiga. I won't mention it here. But look, that to me, I think we've had ample time to sort of try out these players and see how we can incorporate. I mean, we're looking at who's going to replace Jani.
Yeah. How long have we been speaking about that? Even here.
I'm looking at. I saw a clip of our starting lineup and the age, and I'm like, yo, we don't have time, because even if I think by the end of the World Cup next year, now it's like, what are we gonna do? Because we have an aging golden generation, to be honest. So to be honest, because I don't follow it as much as I would have loved to, I don't know. I don't know. I'm looking to you guys that follow women's football and how we're developing our leagues. I don't know, man. I don't know, man, Shem.
Bakhona bandlulile abo Nicole Michael bandlulile others that we didn't pick, but it's okay. Pastor John, let me bring in Wesh, because Wesh can tell us properly. Wesh, no pressure.
Firstly, bro, Sanbonan, he came against Bogi dog. I cannot find the game. So
next,
Lendo Tebu Shiga please.
Hi man, check out sabcsports.com.
Where I am, SABC Sports was fine, and Melen Kokeli VPN. I'm now 2.5 for Kokeli VPN. So
okay, no, hey, yeah, be glad you're not watching it because it was the hour.
Yeah, better. But i-central midfielder yakho ihlele studio iya-analyzer and understand.
Uhlezi studio.
Studio uya-analyze.
Uretirile lo muntu.
Umuntu akaretire umuntu uyadlala ethimini ufit.
Now bakunikeza lapha kuma comments.
Ngiyakhona.
Mara mina ngifuna ukubuza wena Wesh, as you look at this team, mina ngibona ama-team ayi-2, if I'm being honest, and ilama friendly, I forgot which friendlies it was, where we played two, there was a game we played, sathi first half safaka a certain group, sathi second half safaka abanye. I really do feel like, man, there's two here that are fighting each other.
Leya team leya idinga i-technical team entsha akuqala nje no coach usekwenzile okwanele kushap no, you know. So I think we just need a technical team entsha so enforce something nyana or something ethayibe njalo. That's the first part. The second part is ngesimo se-league, because the league is not competitive, it makes it very difficult to monitor players. So you are using what used to be. Slow motion. But because that's what you're gonna use. And unfortunately it is what it is, you know. And if on a team that is kind of competitive, now city competitive because in a competition, which is Mamelodi Sundowns, you have to use Mamelodi Sundowns players over and over again. You know, so and I'm so disappointed, and it hurts because from Ibanyana Pumagu World Cup, I was hoping that by now, you know, we are going forward. But I think we took 3 steps back from the team that won the WAFCON and Yayagu World Cup. I thought we're gonna go, you know, 2 steps forward because we will at least have 2 or 3 players who are gonna go abroad, which Ukamete did go. I think Utsesane wazama ukuhamba bayibona la matsipa wakhe labo bambuyisa le eFrance wasuka eFrance waye Mexico but go back home, you know.
Yeah.
So kuningi okungasipani njengamanje, and I don't know.
But it feels like bona aboxesane, unfortunately they're being forced into big responsibility teaming ngoba laba badala balifuna ibhola. Like I'm watching this game, abona khona le side labo Linda, labo Hilda abalfuni, like they're not even looking for the ball and everything ihamba ngoRamalepe. So now we're forcing aboxesane to step into these roles now that they didn't step into na bababudele.
Bonke labantu bama senior players, OT. I mean all of them. Utsesane is a senior player njengamanje. Phela makhuluma national team wathola boma 15 caps usuyi senior player. Because you cannot be young for the rest of your life. Vele if national team idlala ama game amangaki a year. So uma 15 caps, more or less usudlale boma 3 years with national team. You so senior by that time, bro. So Utsesane is just not growing. One thing about her, she's just not growing. She wanna do the very same old thing over and over again, and I don't know what's gonna happen with her. Ngobunama claims unobumaseko. Sometimes if mhlambe kuzoqhamuka mhlambe angeke kuqhamuke, you are not sure. You know.
But then mina ngifuna ukwazi ke what happened to that under 20 team yabo coach Mod, the different other youth teams, I'd say, that were coming up. Lawa maplayer kanti, are they not good enough? Are they not getting game time?
They're not gonna get into this team, at least not as yet. For as long as they are still not qualifying for a World Cup nyana as under 20s, what are they good for? You know, even if you can integrate them here, they're not going to do much. Because if you remember, Monkulma ngomuntu ofana ngomudli, umudli uqhamuka kwi-system ye HPC.
Yeah.
She grew up at HPC.
Yeah.
She's an HPC. She's one of the supposedly well developed. But was a Wapuma national team without giving us anything.
Yeah.
Boya, and probably she's not going to give us anything still. So if players who are well developed like that, then ina impact. So it's done.
Mara akusinkinga ukuthi you can be well developed, Mara, does your well developed mesh properly nabo Tembi, Nabo Refilwe, who I guess a lot of their development, not development, but a lot of their careers were overseas. Maybe they play different football now than Leland. There was a time where Sundowns, when the Sundowns players were they were trying to build up at the back. Bamanga Lebu Refilwe, Nabo Linda guys in
But it goes over the responsibility of the technical team then of how do we get our players ready to match, you know. Because their team they are not a team. Even I think even outside the field of play. Some people who were friends before, they are no longer friends, and it can show and translate in the field of play. So and I think their team I'm not even going to be sexist. Got the thing the technical team just to, you know, just for something, and not me saying Abambis Lisa are better than, but I think the technical team is tired. They've reached their, you know, whatever. But right now, nah.
Hey, where's Ziawala is it though?
And angeke siwine la awuthi ngiyozama lento engiyinikwe ubafulani ngeke siwine nale WAFCON ngesiyithathe bro nje inhliziyo yami ibhlungu kahle kahle ngoba we are 10 steps even if we qualify for the World Cup bro all Sweden sizobenzani.
Okay, no worries. It is well right now. It is 1-1, 65 minutes in. Tanzania has been pressing. They've had free kick saves, and then of course right now Andile came out for a ball that was just looped over her. So hey, it's looking a bit tense. Banyana of course starting the half with a lot more urgency in their play, but they just can't make use of that urgency right now. But anyway, let me go to Tubelihle. Tubelihle, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good, and you, man? How are you?
I'm good. 1-1, 66 minutes. Hey.
Ah, man, this is a shaky Banyana. I'm not gonna lie. Very shaky. From the Banyana squad I've been watching since, to be honest, 2019. This is the worst one I've watched. And I've seen, because I don't know what's going on. From the first minute, no one is putting pressure on any defense. They're just standing. It's like a Canada versus Bafana type of situation where everyone is just standing. The ball is not going forward. When it goes forward, the weight of the pass is too much. Crossing is very bad. There's no communication. There's nothing. It's just dead. And they're allowing Tanzania to just push forward.
But I like what you're saying about 2019. Was it bound to catch up? I mean, a lot of these players do come from that generation-ish?
In a sense, yes, but I'm seeing new faces and maybe a bit of old faces like Dlamini and Jane and I think Motaung, if I'm not mistaken. But the others, these are new players. I've never seen them because I don't watch women's football that much. I don't even know the schedules. But judging from what I'm seeing, they don't know each other. Chemistry is not there. They don't know each other. They're just playing the ball because they'll turn the ball, but with Bazane, in a sense of, I know how you play. I'll allow you to play the way you want to play. No, it's just I just play football, and it's not working.
Hello.
So then, Wahil, I'm gonna come. Please mute. I'm coming to you. Yeah, but really, so then, from your perspective, I like it when maybe it's an outsider's perspective, outside-ish perspective. What do you see here that are some of the issues, and do you think that they could be fixed, or are they too ingrained? Are they coachable things, if I can put it that way?
I think it's time to change the whole system. The Desiree, is it Desiree name? If I don't want to get her name
Yeah,
wrong.
Coach Ellis, yeah.
Her time is up. We have to be honest. Time is up. Everything she's done, we thank her for that, but you can see now, time is up. We just need a new system and maybe get the group properly reinforced in a sense, so we can see that lively Banyana that we used to love and adore when the AWAFCON played and the World Cup played, because this one is not convincing. Honestly, it is not convincing. And judging by by Morocco, how they were playing in Algeria, I don't think we will get far.
I'm gonna give you a tough thing here. What's the score gonna be?
Is it now?
Yeah, as in, how's this game gonna end for you?
I hope it's 1-1, but judging how they're playing now, Tanzania can pull a penalty with the 2-1 win. A silly pen. A silly pen.
Okay, no, 2 minutes. Thank you so much, guys. 69 minutes. It's 1-1. Here comes Banyana on the attack. It's become an open game now. Keep basketball. And the Banyana players are still too sexy. Shoot the ball. Stop being cute. There's no need to be cute anymore. Shoot on ball or magia. Heaven. Like, agent.
Can I be less controversial?
Okay, hit me.
I don't think Des should resign. I find that proposition interesting because I think football, especially ladies football, has been telling me that the pioneers or the people that were saying that time is up, the moment they leave that place.
Hi, man. Machia. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's fine. But the moment they leave, it's like the country tends to go 1 or 2 steps back.
Yeah.
So that sometimes is my fear, and maybe goes back to lack of succession plan, because I think maybe she should be grooming someone to take over now. But to just leave the project, even if I don't know if it's a project like that, I'm not sure it's a good idea. And if there's anything that I've learned with Banyana, even Bafana is they don't play convincing football, but they win.
Yeah.
Even at his peak, at their peak, they were not convincing. They just won. So I don't know if that's something that I would look much into.
Agent, can I ask you, just maybe also a little bit of an unfair question? Women's football in the country is very flat, right? Like, for example, Coach Tina is coaching UWC, Varsity Football is coaching UWC, Hollywood Bets is the assistant coach. A lot of the coaches and players pretty much move in the same circles. There isn't much separation between the different levels or different teams and things. Do you think that hurts you in terms of like being objective with what you're looking at or with player selections and things like that? I don't know if you get me.
I do get you, because I was it? And I stand to be corrected. Between Eswatini and Botswana, but I think it's Botswana. Let me go to Botswana. I think because I think it's the one who's qualified. Because I was touching base on them, and they were complaining of a similar thing that the coaches are selecting the players that they're used to, and from teams. And the best team there, they're not selecting from that team because they have beef with that team. So the team that won the league, I don't know if there's a player there, I don't know, but they're basically complaining on the same thing. So I think this overlapping of coaches is something which is bothersome, because the moment, and I'm not suggesting anything. There was a moment where I felt like Dias and Sundowns were not on good terms, and I felt the nation was suffering because of it. You know, and I say I felt. I'm not saying it's true. So there is that problem, if I can put it that way.
And then I think the sad thing is that a lot of the problems you see with Banyana are problems that you see with our first national team. Like we had an under-20 Banyana team that looked incredible. I think it was last year or the year before, where they looked incredible. The players are not really moving up. Same with Bafana, this under-20 team that won the AFCON. The players are not really moving up. Is that just a general South African problem here?
It is. Right now on the Tanzanian side, there's a 15-year-old keeper. It's a second choice. 15-year-old, 1-5. I think that the goalkeeper of the tournament are saying in the AFCON under 17, and I think it's 3 to this, right? And that's the development of it, and that's why the average age is
22.
Sorry about that. It's 22. Yeah. So you can see that with them, that are still being able to feed the team. You know, we are seeing released already at 21. But some teams have 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds playing at the World Cup. You know, so I think I don't want to say it's a South African thing in the essence of in Europe they're more developed. I believe even in the continent itself, we're one of the few countries that are reluctant to play our youngsters and develop them and let them go through the stages. Example, this keeper, for example, also. I think she played all the unders also. He won goalkeeper of this of the tournament in one of them, a Champions League. There's been a rise that if you check his profile, you see that he's been building up to this. You know, so I think we do like that. Yeah. And in closing, I hope Solgado doesn't get injured, man. I hope she doesn't.
Yo, don't bring it up. Yo, don't bring it up. Yo, guys, it is 75 minutes into the game. We did see some changes. I think Ulinda came off Motaung, and the other Salgado has come on. Murele Salgado has come on. Number 9. So there are a couple of changes that have been made here, but it's not really helping Banyana, even though I think this has now become more of an open game. And when the game is open like that, it is going back and forth. Hopefully we can take advantage, but Tanzania is seeing our side of the pitch in the final third. And then we're also pushing up, but I feel like there in the final third, we're not taking our chances again. As Sinje pointed out, as I'm about to let him in, as Sinje pointed out, we saw Umachia literally miss a tap-in. So it's been a little bit scrappy. Hopefully, because the season started a bit late, the Hollywood Bet season was delayed, also was postponed also and delayed, and this tournament was moved. Hopefully, they're just shaking off the cobwebs, and we'll see a better second and third game. But there's still some time here, about 14 minutes, for us to see whether we'll be able to win this game. Now, Sinje.
I see you guys have moved Kasane to play as a 10.
Yeah.
I don't know if she can see the field properly. Once she's running with her head down. What was that Kaizer Chiefs striker that used to run with the ball on his feet and his head down? Was it Khaten? She does the same thing. I don't know whether that's a good thing as a 10. Maybe she can get away with it when she's playing as a right wing. But as a 10, you need to have your head up. The balls are not going anywhere. They remain where they are. I don't know why you are looking at down. It doesn't make sense. But anyway, I wanted to agree with agents a bit. I'm surprised that Langamla that played in the under, I think it was the Olympics. She did very well. Why is she on the bench? Why is she not in the field?
Oh, Ludwig.
Yes, about Ronel Don. What are they doing on the bench? Chewing gum.
But Sinje, isn't that the decision that has to be made? The tough decision to say, guys, it's been great. And I'm not saying they should. I'm just asking. It's been great, but one way or another, we need to change this team. Whether we stick with you guys completely or Sleta Labavasha. You know?
I mean, I listened to Urasi saying, look, there comes a point where we have to put you in and see what you have. We have to put them in and say, okay, let's see what we have. We lose the game, but at least we know what we have. Now, if you're going to hold on to what we already know, on the bench we've got what we do not know what is there or what we can trust or what we can work with, then where are we going, you know? I asked you, we are sending Khoza as a third goalkeeper. Why? When there's an under-20 CAF Championship goalkeeper that is there.
Yeah.
You know, why is he going there? What happens? It just doesn't make sense. Why are we taking so many over 20, mid-20 players when we can have a 19-year-old that is on the bench that has been... Look at what is happening now on this league as well.
Why are you still talking? Nokolo, go back, guys. Oh, Nkosiami, they're fighting.
No, man. I mean, like, this goalkeeper as well, we've been fighting for her to come back to the squad ever since she toyed for a salary. Now she's on the field. She's making rookie mistakes. She's not commanding a defense. Maybe she's, as you say, because of the... Goal!
Come on! Someone shoot the ball!
Guys, I feel like I'm watching my 11-year-old niece playing soccer in school.
What the hell?
Guys,
I don't know this banyana. I don't know this banyana.
I want to correct agent. We are not asking her to resign. We are asking to Fed be fired.
Look. Yekela look ba sexy. Play the ball.
Naked.
Dlamini o trepa bolo.
Guys, the second ball is always available. The second ball is always available, but we are not capitalizing on it. We are not making the best out of it. The players that have just arrived on the field, they do not look fresh.
Like everybody looks tired. I don't understand. Tired.
Even the substitutes look tired, OT. Even the substitutes. It's like...
Shebanogs.
Look at Kasani. Look at her. She's not looking at the field at all.
Yes.
She's not anticipating them.
Maracas. This is not the Banyana I know.
Guys, even our captain, did she get married, ne?
How? But, I don't want to sound negative.
Guys, what happens with athletes when they get married? It's like they drop. Even it happens on women as well. I thought it's just men alone.
No, but CJ, like it feels like, what is happening?
I think...
I've never seen them play like this. There's been glimpses, of course, but this. Sheb.
Ball taken.
Andile oyakai. That's not, you see, look.
He doesn't want to take chances because of that N2 that is in the middle of the park.
Hey, man.
You never seen that?
What's going on? I don't understand what's happening.
Okay.
Guys, they've never... Yo, okay, but let me bring in Umuzi. Muzi.
No, man, yeah, like, this is not how
I don't know this banyana, Muzangias, banyana mean.
They're terrible. I think, honestly, I'm being harsh, but I think Desiree needs to learn this sword. They don't look nearly prepared. I'm not seeing, in football, we speak about the repeatable actions.
Yeah.
Throughout the game, I didn't see any patterns of repeatable actions. They did not look like a team. It looked like a group of individuals trying to piece something together. Actually, before a tournament, they don't look like people who've been working on something over a given period of time. And that, when you see things like that, that's coaching. That's just bad coaching. I don't understand the thing of it. I don't understand the patterns. I'm sorry. We've regressed so far from the team that won AFCON or the team that played in the World Cup. We've regressed. We're not even close.
But Muzi, if I can ask, these players are, look, there might be a couple of newish faces, but for the most part, these people have been together for years. Surely there should be some chemistry or something as Tembi comes out for Donnelly.
Too late? I don't know. I just, there's just no chemistry. Maybe as in, let's show grace. Let's chalk it up to a bad game. Let's just chalk it up to a bad game. Let's show a little bit of grace. That's the most amount of grace I'll show. Gutiérrez in Cambe today, they were not on their ace, and it does look like we're at least not going to lose. As shocking as that goal we conceded was, but at least we're not going to lose. I don't know. They just don't look up to it.
Yeah. Alright guys, now I'm shocked. I'm not gonna lie. I'm shocked. Here comes the corner. Hopefully, Dlamini can place it directly on the keeper and we can get another mistake. But Muzi, I know there's 5 minutes here. How's the score gonna end for you? How's this gonna end for you?
I think this is 1-1. I don't think they've got a goal in them. I don't think I've seen they've had like those chances. But then again, we might get something because this Tanzania team is awful. We're playing a very bad team here. We're bad against a bad team. There's a goalkeeper, it's also a terrible goalkeeper. So we're playing terrible against a terrible team. I think against a team like Morocco at their best, this would be embarrassing for us.
Do you think there's time to get better? Do you think it can be coached better for the rest of the tournament, or is it a thing that has to be looked at after?
We can grow into the tournament. I don't think this is.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my goodness! What am I watching? God? Gosh.
Oh, Nkosiami, what the hell? What is this game, guys? Tanzania scored. Oh, what is this game?
Lamini positioning, where to over Lamini? Positioning was a terrible game.
Our defense has not been positioned I don't understand who these players are. About Juice, we know them. About Juice, about Kamete. You could even put in Lorna.
Look, maybe like, look, from a South point of view, we haven't been brave in making the kind of changes we need to change and to push the team to the next level. We have regressed. Let's be honest. This is an awful goal to concede.
I know. Muzi, thank you so much. Malume Kuto, I give you 2-1.
I'm Shagu first ball.
Give 2-1. Yo.
I'm Shagu first ball. But anyway, there's something I said way back at their peak, and you and was it Clara? I just forgot who else. I think it's Moose. We're like, nah. I said, guys, you only rely on Terry Henry to bring the goods. I'm not seeing what the others are doing. Terry Henry and her deputy. It's Khatana and Sopesine. And even when Uhilda Magai had scored 2 goals, I was like, don't tell me about Hilda. I blind. I was like, it's literally Boma, 4 players, I think. I think I counted 5. Must have counted 5 if you remember very well. I was like, now by 16, late like Z2, and then the number 5 years. They've signed out. I don't understand why Coach Perez has just subbed our most dangerous player. I understand, but I still feel like we won't lose this game. Maybe keep positive like that, but Tanzania is so terrible, OT, and we are equally terrible. I think Naise Kazino, which they play on the counter, they wanted somehow they could not set themselves up to attack from the word jump, in as much as they wanted to. Is it quality feedback? I think so.
No. It was something from my side. Sorry.
Yeah. So in as much as in Tanzania were somewhat sitting back, Lerona, how we set up is for that Hamba team, the top vibe. So recipe for disaster.
Mara Malume Kuzo, remember we had this conversation about Banyana where there was one of the games where I said, if you're gonna then stick to Tembi and do all of those things, kupale dale full hamba Tembi. You get what I mean? Like, if Tembi is gonna be on the pitch, make sure that the moment you win the ball back, when Tanzania ilatlile anyane, just do route one. This thing of now, Batswara ba chika ko midfielding ba shapa di touch, you've taken her out of the game. For example, is that maybe also a talking point that even when it was the golden generation where it was, we knew what they were going to do. Trepa bolo, boom, and then Huamatiwa, Bali 2, Bali 3, they'll figure it out, Kwakudimu, but at least it's going to be on the counter. I feel like, man, the identity and they're fighting against each other, it seems like.
Yeah, they are. And there's something that was said by Portia, and Portia is going to have a field day. Portia is going to have a field day. There's something she said, OT. Young Shala blind. But over time, Portia said, Le team ga vera power.
True.
And Desiree just so happened to walk into it, and she was like, Arieng Bafit. It feels like it, OT. It looks like it. I'm hoping it's that Mapogopogo thing where you lose the first game. Oh, Donelli. It looks like that Mapogopogo thing where you lose your first game and then you go on to win the title. But right now, it's not looking good, OT. There is no department that's doing well. There is no, like, from defense to goalkeeper, midfield, strike. I could hope at this point. It is so bad. Even the coaching is so horrible. Like, according to this says there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's so dark, OT. Center back, right back, everyone is bad. The subs are equally bad. Like, according to OT, according to, like, I tried being positive.
Look at that.
No, and I just has to come down. She has to come down. She has to come down.
Malume Kuzo, for time. It says, yo, agent, what are we watching here?
I expected this to happen, to be fair, at halftime, just that we had to. You did say, why is it like, I miss a 2-1, no, but you miss a wiki, man, eh? Because we could see, and I said something before the game, because he just left. I said, I don't know if you watched the Japan game.
I couldn't watch it, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Both games, actually. I thought, and I'm not blaming the keeper. I hope I'm understood here. I'm not blaming the keeper. I think the first one was a deflection This one, I think it was power. But I felt Swarik played much better in those games. Played much better than.
I don't want to have this conversation. No,
I thought, I thought she's gonna be our starter, and I hope in the second game we'll be seeing. And I don't know if I've been controversial by saying, did Sundowns foreshadow this by bringing in Bosija? And is the interchanging of Bosija and Andile affecting Andile because she's not consistent? I think that's how these 5 games. The last season it looked like every game they're interchanging. Is there something that killed the development of Andile? I don't know, but I think it's something that needs to be considered. So I'm not surprised, guys, by Tanzania, and I hope, and I think we're being a bit unfair on Tanzania, guys. I think we're not giving them. They're very good side, and you can see that they're doing well. I need to check when JKT Queens finished in Champions League. I think they must have done. They should have gone well into the knockout stages. JKT Queens, but I believe first game jitters. I believe better, but let's give credit to Tanzania. Thank you.
Oh, I don't even know what to say, guys. We're heading towards the end. I think there are 30 seconds left of this game. I think I'm gonna close it, and then my review is gonna be out within an hour's time. I just have to put my thoughts behind this. But to be honest, 2-1.
I called it. It's gonna be a city goal. What happened? You cannot tell me you can't mark a player from a tight spot, and eventually they come out of that tight spot. Too many rookie mistakes. Too many rookie mistakes. I've seen Lamine Yamal do that, but he never came out with a goal. Either he crossed it or the second man. But in this case, everyone's tracking back to the line and still not get the ball out the line.
I think what's sad, is that we've seen these players do so well that this type of performance I don't understand. I just don't get it.
It's literally shocking because from the get-go, nobody's putting pressure on the defense. It's just pass, flick, flare. Now then, what's happening up front?
I don't even know what to say. But then do you think it's something that can be fixed? Because, I mean, these are still the same players.
Ludwig should start the game because she knows how to play players into spaces. I've seen her play. She knows how to put players into spaces where they have a chance to shoot. Whatever was happening here, no one was putting each other into spaces. All I've seen was just bad passing and mispassing.
To be the game has ended, I believe. Full time 2-1. Banyana has lost. My brother, any last words to say here about this?
I don't know, but the system has to change somehow because you cannot. Yeah, I'm just saying the system has to change. After this AFCON, they must just change the system and see how they do it.
Hi, my brother, thank you so much. Guys, 2-1 it has ended. Tanzania has beaten Banyana. My thoughts are going to be out in an hour's time, but all I want to say is I feel like, so I said in the game versus Algeria that it felt as though there was a push and a pull in this team. And it felt like there were players on islands. What Wesh is saying about sometimes it feels like these players don't even hang out with each other outside. Because you could tell, for example, Juice doesn't trust Gamete. So Juice is overcompensating when Gamete is playing the ball. Ramalepe is having a lot of fun playing on the right-hand side with Mudelek Salgado, with Tesane, but it's not really going anywhere. Like they're touching the ball. But it feels like everybody wants to play up that side, even though you are now bypassing Abo Linda, Abo Fifi, Abo Hilda, Abo Tembi. So it almost felt like there were two separate teams here, and it felt like there were two different footballs that are being played. And unfortunately, I don't think the coaching staff has come together to get that team to play together. And I think some hard decisions are going to have to be made here. I think. Because even on the left back side, I had a similar situation, or if I remember correctly with the Algeria game, it was Mhlongo was on the left and she didn't feel like she fit into this thing, right? Some of the changes that were made didn't make sense because, again, Malume Kutso pointed it out. You're playing a yo-yo game now, you're going back and forth. Tanzania is coming into the game a bit more. How do you take off Khatlana at that point? Right? And maybe you have to sit down and have a long, hard think and say maybe Tembi is an impact player that you bring on to kataza the defense at the end. And maybe you need Donnelly to just be a physical presence to tie the defense up to that point. But there's a lot of choices that have to be made from this team and in this team and about this team. Linda and Refilwe, that double six is something we were speaking about because the six is to cover Fifi, but then you take her off and leave Fifi on. Now Fifi has to also not only go forward but cover the two defenders at the back while your left and right back push. Like, there's so many things that are happening in this team that are very weird because it feels as though this Banyana team doesn't have an identity, doesn't have a way to play. So, like I said, my thoughts are going to be out in an hour's time, guys. Tomorrow, 4 o'clock, the normal show comes back. The weekday show is going to come back Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. unless it's a match day, when we will then do watch-alongs if Chiefs, Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns, Banyana or Bafana are in action. Hopefully, they can bounce back, but I feel like there's an internal rift in this Banyana team, and whatever happens, it might be a silver lining that they lost this game and real conversations might be had. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm back. I've been gone for a while, so the podcast, the live show, all of that is back. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you then tomorrow. Bye, everyone. In an hour's time on my YouTube channel, my review is going to be out.